Community Voices, Comedy Edition.
Hello, lovers. This is our pre-Valentine's Day themed workshop day with the Community Voices Comedic Writing program. Today, we are going to dig into the world of romantic comedy writing, or romcoms for short. We figured this would be a nice moment to explore this theme right in time for Valentine's Day. So I am here decked out in my love gear, and I'm living in my love land, and I'm ready to get down to exploring the hilariousness that a romantic story can inspire. As always, this is a standalone workshop. So, we're only going to be digging into rom-com writing for this one meeting. So if this genre isn't your flavor, that is a-okay. Next week, we're going to be digging into the world of dark comedy, and you can get down with your personal brand of humor. But once again, when do you get the opportunity, nay, the invitation, to explore a genre of writing that isn't necessarily your style? Maybe, just maybe, if you give today's writing prompt a little bit of a chance, you might just fall in love with something new. Oh, I hate that I said that. Anyway, and if you really like it, you can send it to me at kharoff@theoldglobe.org, and I am going to include it in the final public performance presentation of this workshop in April, which will feature a fantastically funny collection of original pieces that have come from the audience of this here workshop, also known as you brilliantly bold bunch of babes. I can't wait. But this is only week 2, and we still have quite a lot of writing to do. So let's dig into today's theme with our hearts wide open, and let's fall in love, and then maybe out of love, and then back in love, and then maybe out of love again on the path to our real love, which was standing in front of us the entire time. Maybe? We'll see. First, we gotta get down with the rom-com examples. So what classifies as a rom-com? Well, the textbook definition is a light comic presentation of media where the main plot focuses on the development of a romantic relationship. Thank you, Webster. And in addition, it has some similar qualities to our genre of last week, anecdotal or situational, in that a lot of the humor is sourced from the mishaps or the juxtaposition of apparent opposing themes. One key element of a rom-com, however, that can be different than anecdotal work, is that those mishaps and juxtaposing elements will mainly be revolving around this focused relationship, or often relationships. Rom-coms are usually on the lighter side, leaving heavier themes for rom-droms or romantic dramas. But the main source of conflict in these pieces are the tribulations of two people coming together and figuring out if they are falling in love, or figuring out that they are falling in love. Often it's their personal differences that keep them apart for the majority of the story. In other cases, it's circumstance. They may be in a relationship that is distracting them from the real potential of another love. Or maybe they have obligations that keep them away from a relationship. Whatever it is, it's circumstantial, and in real rom-com form, it eventually is something that is overcome. The mishaps that occur on the way to overcoming this obstacle, that's where the humor lies. So what are some of your favorite romantic comedies, now that you know the definition? I tend to enjoy headier romantic comedies. A personal favorite is the classic When Harry Met Sally. Have you ever seen this movie? To me, this is the epitome of the rom-com genre. Two people, Harry and Sally, meet, and while while we on the outside can see that they really are kind of perfect for each other, these two people come up with years of reasons why they should not be together. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but if you haven't seen it, I recommend it, especially for research in writing this genre yourself. You may finally understand what some of your friends have been referencing from that infamous lunch scene. If you know it, finish this famous line for me. I'll have what? First one to get it right in the comments will be my favorite person alive forever. Now, let's dig into a live reading presentation of a rom-com. This one is another well-loved piece, one you may have heard of before, especially if you enjoy the world of theater. This piece is called A Sure Thing, and it's by the brilliant comedic playwright David Ives. And instead of focusing on one mishap on the way to two people falling in love, Ives has given us the ultimate example and shows us every way two people cannot fall in love, which in reality is the perfect example for today's workshop. So let's dive in and say hello to our actors for today.
Hello, Sam and Bryan. Hello, this is Samantha Ginn and Bryan Barbarin, and they are our readers, performers, actors today. They have been on quite a few of our digital programs, and we're so thrilled to have them back here today for our very special rom-com episode. Hello, you two. How you doing? How you doing, Sam?
Hi, I'm great. I'm happy to be here with like one of my favorite actors in San Diego, Bryan. Bryan! We've never been on stage together, but like it's on my bucket list.
It's ridiculous.
Well, this is your digital version, your digital stage.
Digital, get down.
All right, thank you. NSYNC. That was NSYNC, right? Or the Backstreet? It's been a while. One of those two. Hello. And Bryan, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. It is lovely to see both your faces.
Oh my gosh.
I miss humans.
It's lovely to have both of you. I specifically requested these two actors because we have a very exciting and, in my opinion, hilarious rom-com script to share with you all today by David Ives, The Sure Thing. And before we get into reading this, I do want to ask you two, what is your favorite rom-com? Examples are good, especially for those of you that are a little outside of the world of romantic comedy. It's good to kind of get into your mind different examples of this genre. So what are your favorites? Bryan, let's start with you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I love The Princess Bride, like top of my list. I think the rom-com I saw the most though was 50 First Dates. I saw it with my girlfriend in high school, and I don't think we watched the movie for more than 15 minutes at a time. We just like sat there and made out because that's what you do in high school. You're just like, yeah.
That's
So,
what
you know,
do
lots of
during rom-coms.
Yeah, that's what we did. Like, you guys want to go to dinner? Like, yeah, we do. Like, you guys want to play tennis? Like, yeah. Like,
Bryan was started his own rom-com.
It's called Make Out.
Well, let me ask you, what about 50 First Dates was something that you watched again? You could watch again and again, even if you were making out during.
You know what I love about rom-coms in general is, and maybe this is just my character actor side, but it's the surrounding characters in a rom-com that make them so interesting to me. I love a love story is always the nice, stuff at the at the end, but it's the humor comes from all the crazy characters they meet, and it's always like they're always so ridiculous. Like even like what's the old school, like Mickey Blue Eyes. I watched that when I was a kid. There's like a few scenes that like pop out of my head forever, and they'll always be in my head. And it's just like because they have these crazy characters in all these rom-coms, and I love that aspect about it.
We've got an Adam Sandler rom-com lover in the room.
Was Mickey Blue Eyes is an Adam Sandler's? That was Hugh Grant. That's Hugh Grant.
Oh, I was thinking of
the
the evil Nikki.
Oh,
Adam.
Yeah. No. Although I do love that movie. It's actually pretty good, but not like, I don't, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, that is a rom-com too, though. It is.
A lot
right?
of Adam Sandler's early, well, maybe all of them. I
All of
haven't
them.
watched.
Billy Madison, Waterboy.
Yeah, they were comedy and now it's just trash. But
Let's hear your example, Sam. What's your favorite rom-com example?
I love the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I was single in high school, so I didn't make out during it. But yeah, I was by myself watching it and laughing. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is hilarious. And what Bryan said is like those supporting characters that are so funny, like Russell Brand in it. He's hysterical. Jonah Hill as the waiter. When they're able to sneak in these little like comedic supporting roles, it like adds to it. Yeah.
Well, and that's part of the genre itself. It's an environment where people want to live in the lightness of the joy and the silliness, in some ways the absurdity. So there are some really specific trope stock characters in most rom-coms, like the funny friend who is bolstering and also maybe on their own path of finding love in a misfortunate way. You know, there's the buddies and the parents, and you're right, there's a lot of sub characters, and they get to exist in this silly lighthearted world because the romantic comedy is that scene where these people can exist and where we really enjoy them to exist. Now, you wouldn't see a character like that in The Notebook. There's no really ridiculous, goofy side character in rom-droms or romantic dramas. Those don't exist. They only exist in the world of romantic comedy, where the world is light, silly, full of lots of goofy mishaps that are all a part of the story of telling these two people finding each other in love. And speaking of love and finding ourselves in love, I think this is a good moment to jump into our reading and to share David Ives' version of exploring the very first meeting of two people and all of the things that could happen that would make it difficult for them to find themselves in love. Now, I'm going to be reading the stage directions of this piece, so I'm going to disappear from the screen in just a moment, and you'll just hear my voice, and you'll be able to focus on these two lovely actors. I also want to say that part of my responsibility in stage directions is that I'm going to be reading the bell sound, the ding. You're going to hear me say ding again and again and again throughout this. That bell, that ding, is to indicate this scene rewinding a little bit and starting over a little bit and trying a different tactic. And you'll see what I mean in action. Okay, are you two ready for this? All right, I'm going to vanish from the screen. I'll see you soon. And let's dive in. Sure Thing by David Ives. Betty, a woman in her late 20s, is reading at a cafe table. An empty chair is opposite her. Bill enters, same age.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry.
Sure thing.
Ding.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody in a minute.
Oh, thanks anyways.
Sure thing.
Ding.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody very shortly.
Would you mind if I sat here till he or she or it comes?
Well, they do seem to be pretty late.
Hey, you never know who you might be turning down.
Sorry, nice try though.
Sure thing.
Ding.
Is this seat taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
Yes, I would.
Oh.
Ding.
Is this chair taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
No, go ahead.
Thanks. Oh, every place else seems to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Great place.
Mm-hmm.
What's the book?
I just want to read in quiet if you don't mind.
Oh, no, sure thing.
Ding.
Every place else seems to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Great place for reading.
Yes, I like it.
Oh, what's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Hemingway.
Ding.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
No, not actually, but I've read about it, though. It's supposed to be great.
It is great.
I hear it's great. Waiter,
Ding.
what's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
I'm a Mets fan myself.
Ding.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I read it in college.
Where was college?
I went to Oral Roberts University.
Ding.
Where was college?
I was lying. I never went to college. I just like to party.
Ding.
Where was college?
Harvard.
Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner. I spent a whole winter reading him once.
I've just started.
I got so excited after reading 10 pages that I went out and bought everything else he wrote. One of the greatest reading experiences of my life. I mean, all that incredible psychological understanding, page after page of gorgeous prose, his profound grasp of the mystery of time and human existence, the smells of the earth. What do you think?
I think it's pretty boring.
Ding.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner.
Incredible.
I spent a whole winter reading him once.
I was so excited after 10 pages that I went out and bought everything that he wrote.
Oh, all that incredible psychological knowledge.
And the prose is so gorgeous.
Oh, and the way that he grasps the mystery of time.
Human existence. I can't believe I've waited this long to read him.
You know, you never know. You might not have liked him before.
That's true.
You might not have been ready for him. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I thought reading Faulkner was a great experience.
Yes.
The Sound and the Fury.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Waiter,
Ding.
you have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come here a lot?
Oh, actually, I'm just in town for 2 days. I'm from Paris.
Oh, Paris.
Ding.
My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come here a lot?
Every once in a while, do you?
Not so much. Not so much anymore. Not like I used to before my nervous breakdown.
Ding.
Do you come here a lot?
Why are you asking?
Just interested.
Are you really interested or do you just want to pick me up?
No, I'm really interested.
Well, why would you be interested in whether or not I come here a lot?
I'm just getting acquainted.
Maybe you're only interested for the sake of making small talk enough for me to ask back to your place, to listen to some music, or because you've rented this great tape for your VCR, or because you've got some terrific unknown Django Reinhardt record. Only all you really want to do is fuck, which you don't do very well, which afterwards you'll go into the bathroom and pee very loudly, then, pad into the kitchen and get yourself beer from the refrigerator without asking me whether I'd like anything. And then you'll proceed to lie back down beside me and confess that you've got a girlfriend named Stephanie who's away at medical school in Belgium for a year. And then you've been involved with her off and on in what you'll call a very intricate relationship for the past 7 years. None of which interests me, mister.
Okay.
Ding.
Do you come here a lot?
Every other day, I think.
I come here quite a lot and I don't remember seeing you.
Guess we must be on different schedules.
Missed connections.
Yes, different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and never know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
We probably pass each other on the street every day, right in front of this place, probably.
Yep.
Well, the waiter here sure seems to be in a different time zone. I can't seem to locate anyone anywhere. Waiter! So what do you do?
He sees she's gone back to her book.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Sorry.
Ding.
I guess we must be on different time schedules.
Oh, yeah, missed connections.
Yes, different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and never know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
My husband.
Aha.
Ding.
You weren't waiting for someone when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
We were meeting here to break up.
Mm-hmm.
Ding.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
My lover. Here she comes right now.
Ding.
You weren't waiting for someone when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
Do you think so?
Well, sure. I mean, for a good woman, good-looking woman like you to be doing out here all alone, for a good-looking woman like you to be out here all alone on a Friday night.
I'm trying to keep away from lines like that.
No, listen, I was.
Ding.
You weren't waiting for someone when I came in here, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself.
I guess it is in a way.
Man, what's a good-looking woman like you doing alone on here on a Friday night? No offense, but
I'm out alone on a Friday night for the first time in a very long time.
oh,
You see, I just ended a relationship,
oh,
rather long standing.
I'm sorry. Well, listen, since reading by yourself is such a sad occupation for a Friday night, would you like to go somewhere else?
No,
Do something else?
no thanks.
I was heading to the movies out in a while.
I don't think so.
A big chance to let Faulkner catch his breath. All those sentences must be getting him pretty tired.
Thanks anyway.
Okay,
I appreciate the invitation.
sure thing.
Ding.
You weren't waiting for someone when I came in here, were you?
No, just reading.
That's sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself.
I guess I was trying to think of it as existentially romantic, you know? Cappuccino, great literature, rainy night.
Yeah, that only works in Paris. I mean, we could hop on a late plane to Paris, get a Concorde, find a cafe.
I'm a little short on plane fare tonight.
Darn it, so am I.
To tell you the truth, I was headed to the movies after I finished this section. Would you like to come along since you can't locate a waiter?
That's a nice offer, but
Girlfriend?
well, two actually, and one of them's pregnant. Stephanie,
Ding.
Girlfriend?
no, I don't have a girlfriend. Not if you mean the castrating bitch I dumped last night.
Ding.
Girlfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of girlfriend?
My mother.
Ding.
I just ended a relationship actually,
Oh,
of rather long standing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
This is my first night out alone in a long time. I feel a little bit out to sea, to tell you the truth.
So you didn't stop to talk because you're a Mooney or you have some weird political affiliation?
No, straight down to the ticket Republican.
Ding.
Straight down to the ticket Democrat.
Ding.
Can I tell you something about politics?
Ding.
I like to think of myself as a citizen of the universe.
Ding.
I'm unaffiliated.
Oh, that's a relief. So am I.
I vote my beliefs.
Labels are not important.
Labels are not important. Exactly. Take me, for example. I mean, what does it matter if I had a 2-point at,
Ding.
a 3-point at,
Ding.
a 4-point at college? Or if I did come from Pittsburgh,
Ding.
Cleveland,
Ding.
Westchester County.
Sure.
I believe a man is what he is.
Ding.
A person is what he is.
Ding.
A person is what they are.
I think so too.
So what if I admire Trotsky?
Ding.
So what if I had a total body liposuction?
Ding.
So what if I don't have a penis?
Ding.
So what if I spent a year in the Peace Corps and I was acting on my convictions?
Sure.
You can't just hang a sign on a person.
Absolutely. I bet that you're a Scorpio.
Ding. 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 Ding.
Listen, I was headed to the movies after I finish this section. Would you like to come along?
Yeah, that sounds like fun. What's playing?
Mel Gibson has a new movie out.
Ding.
I was
I was
heading.
thinking about to the. Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was heading to the movies in a little while, and
Oh,
are you still interested, or?
yeah, I was going too, just up the street. So do you like Edam's crumb cake?
Last night I went out at 2 in the morning to get one. Did you have an etch a sketch when you were as a child?
Yes. And do you like Brussels sprouts?
Oh no, I think they're disgusting.
They are disgusting.
Do you still believe in marriage in spite of the current sentiments against it?
Yes,
And children?
3 of them.
2 boys and a girl?
Harvard, Vassar, and Brown.
And will you love me
Yes,
and cherish me forever?
yes.
You still want to go to the movies?
Sure thing.
Waiter.
Okay, and that was our example for today. Let's hear it again for Sam and Ryan. We really cannot get enough of the love in the comments section. And since this is our rom-com themed episode, let's really give them all the love for today. It puts a big smile on their face. The thing I want to underline in that reading is the element of differences within these characters and how it's those differences and how they arise that create the tension and hilarity of each mini moment and how it plays out. And that leads me to our prompt for this week's writing exercise. This is now your chance at home to explore the specific genre of comedic writing in a short piece in action. I'm going to help you to set up this piece within the style of a rom-com and before sending you into developing your own text. So now is a good moment to open up today's worksheet. The link to these worksheets is pinned in our comments, and our very helpful comment moderator will share it again now, please. Thank you so much, moderator. I hope you did that. And you can open it up now or later. It's no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and go over it with you as well. This is called the first meeting scene, or you could call it the meet cute scene if that's more your style. As you can see, there are 2 parallel character charts on this worksheet. This is where you're going to brainstorm each of your main rom-com characters. Let's see what you're going to decide about each person before you start writing the scene. Here's what you're going to answer. Number 1, who is this person? And what kind of important identifying elements should we know about them? Anything that's relevant to this romantic story should be listed here. Maybe they just got through a terrible divorce. Maybe they had their heart broken a million times and they've given up on love. In 50 First Dates, one of the characters couldn't remember everything every day. That's a very important element to include in this character description. Number 2, what is their current situation in regards to love? Are they single, spoken for? That speaks to itself. Let us know what their situation is with love. Number 3, why can they not immediately fall in love with the other character in your scene? Now, if this were a really simple story, the answer to that would be they can. But this is a rom-com, which means that we need to explore some of their differences, some of the struggles on their path to finding love, because that's where the hilarity is. Number 4, what can be done to persuade them otherwise? Number 5, how do they eventually fall for this person? And then you are going to fill this out for both characters, and then you're going to answer one more question before you put these 2 people in the same place and come up with a 3 to 5 page scene. And that last thing that you're going to come up with is the location. The first meeting of two rom-com characters is often incredibly heightened. Think back on all of the setups to that very first meeting. It has to stand out. It has to allow the two characters to be forced to deal with the circumstances together and inevitably get to know each other, which is the real recipe for the love to grow. For example, in When Harry Met Sally, the very first meeting that these two had was a cross-country drive together to start college. The movie opens with both characters saying goodbye to their current significant other before getting in an epic car ride together. This location sets the scene of the significance of these two have and will have and continue to have for the duration of the film. Now, you think about your favorite rom-com from before. What was the situation that these two people meet? What was the heightened or special elements about it? This is going to be our prompt for our comedic writing exercise this week. Make these decisions around these characters and how you want them to exist together before you start to write, and then develop that 3 to 5 page scene where we get to see these introductions of these two in their world unfold. And if you want to, let us, the audience, imagine their potential, even if they can't see it. That is definitely where a lot of humor lies in romantic comedy. And that's it for this week. Please email me your scenes at kharoff@theoldglobe.org. I would love to offer you support in the development of your comedic writing voice and invite you to be part of our very funny reading festival at the end of this event. And finally, make sure to check out all of the AE TV shows this season on the Old Globe's YouTube page. We have things for all ages and lots of levels of engagement. And tomorrow, you can tune in at 6 p.m. for the newest episode of Word Up with Laura Z. It's going to be a hoot. All right, everybody. All right, lovers. I will see you next time. Ha 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 ha. Mwah.